I'm good.
Oh,
Just sore.
okay.
Yeah.
Coach, that's an awesome story about Dr. Romo. Can you tell us again with what he's doing for your guys?
Yeah, we have several seniors on the team. We have 22 seniors. We have about 4 of them that's already graduates. We have several that are in graduate school, and then we have about 15, 16 more that'll miss their graduation because of the fortunate situation of being in a bowl game. And so I was just heaping praise on our president for his accommodation that he's going to fly to Albuquerque on Thursday and Friday and spend quality time with us, and we'll do a graduation ceremony for those guys even in Albuquerque so they don't miss that phenomenal moment of walking across a stage and being presented their diploma from the president of this university. So kudos to Dr. Romo for not taking for granted how important that is for those young men and giving them that moment. I think it's tremendous.
You know, not to take anything away from the bowl committee, but that may be the best event of the week other than the game. It's
the full measure of success, the degree and the opportunity to complete for championships. One without the other is not good enough. So they go hand in hand. I agree.
I heard you mentioning to the print fellows, how vital is it that you're keeping kind of your same home schedule during a game week here, and you're going to keep that in place out there?
Yeah, I think it's important. You know, you want continuity, you want consistency. There's an expectation of when they go to meetings, when they practice, and it was interesting because even the bowl sites kind of give you an idea of, well, you can use the practice field at this time. We have you scheduled for that time, and we had to kind of go to the drawing board and share with them the desire that we had to be able to be consistent, that we are an AM practice team, that this game is in the early part of the afternoon, and so it would bode well for us to stay consistent in the things that we were doing, and we'd work it around the events that the bowl schedule have in store for us. And so this week is a regular practice week for us, practice meeting times, practice this roundtable, this meeting, everything is consistent with us. And before we leave on Wednesday, we pushed our leave time, departure time back a little bit because we wanted to practice here at our facility before we get on a flight and then have to deal with some obligations that certainly we embrace once we get to the bowl site. So we'll practice here today, we'll practice here tomorrow, as well as Wednesday, and then Thursday pick up our routine, same meeting time, same meetings, practice schedule, and then participate in the bowl events. So it'll be consistent for us.
You've been at times double-digit underdogs throughout this season, and you're an underdog again on Saturday. What is that? And you guys have obviously come through and played.
We're double-digit again?
No, I think 7 points. But you have been throughout the season. Yeah. What does that say about your team when you kind of just, the naysayers are out there and you compete and do very well?
I say thank you for the pundits and the people out there that bet against us because it hasn't hindered us one bit. To be honest, we go about our business taking care of what we need to do, and I don't think, and maybe they do, I don't know if the players ever know unless they watch our meetings here and we discuss it, but we don't bring much light to it at all. We just try to control the things that we can, and that's our preparation and ability to play well on Saturdays.
There's not like an underdog kind of feel amongst the players and the coaches?
No, it's not.
Has anything kind of surprised you throughout this season?
No. We've had a lot come our way. The ability to learn from mistakes and build on them, to learn how to finish, to play 5 overtime games, to go into hostile environments. Our preparation in December and inclement weather, all the things that come with it are a part of the territory. So I can't say they're surprising. You're kind of glad that you're able to go through as much as you're going through. We had guys that were suspended for halves for targeting. We had guys that were injured. We had all type of adversity came our way, and we were able to stay to the course and not empower it, but rely on our team to do what we do best, and that's the next man up mentality and to be about our business at hand.
Coach, you're the designated home team for this game, but you'll be playing in their home. So what are your thoughts on that, or how do you make it feel like a home game?
How you make it feels like a home game in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I guess for us, we're getting on the road to go play a quality opponent at their home venue. Advantage being the home team. I don't know. I guess from a fan standpoint, where you sit at, maybe for those guys, but for us on the field, it's a venue and it's an opponent that we'll have to play regardless of what sideline we would be on. So I don't know necessarily, unless you're in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio in hostile environments, that's the home field advantage we generally have.
That expectation, I know it's the attitude you got to have every week, but you telling your kids they expect to play well and to win, going to play New Mexico at their place, they're 8-4. What does that give them, knowing that you have that expectation?
Yeah, I think it confirms with them a belief that they'll be able to play with the swagger that we identify with, which is confidence and preparation. That if you're prepared, you're confident, and when you take the field, you take so with a certain aura about yourself. You communicate effectively. It breeds confidence. Guys understand the game plan. There's an expectation from a pre-snap read standpoint of what may happen. They've done due diligence in the film room as well as these numerous days of practice. And they're able to play with that type of confidence, and so they're eager to do so, and they're confident in their style of play, which allows them to play fast and to play at their very best.
Frank, on Saturday there were fans lining up to pick up their bowl tickets, and the line stretched around the convocation center.
Yeah.
What's your message to the fans going to Albuquerque this week?
You know what? It's been tremendous. It's whether I was flying to New Mexico or on flights going to various home visits, the UTSA faithful all over the place. I'm getting my shoe shine. I'll give you a story. Y'all love this. I'm getting my shoe shine before I'm headed out, and I take out my card, and the guy goes, I only take cash. It's like, you don't have the little swipe deal? He's like, no, sir. Okay. So I get up, and I say, is there an ATM? You point at it. I go to the ATM, and I put my card in, and it says, no cash to be dispensed, or I don't know, they were out of cash, so I couldn't get the money from there. So I go to each store or restaurant in there, and it's like, nope, sorry, we don't give cash, sir. Nope, we don't give cash. I was like, oh God. So I walk up to the guy and said, I am so sorry. I apologize. Can I give you my business card? All I have is plastic. And he goes, look at me. And so someone walks up like, hey, coach! And they give me a big hug, and someone else come and give a high five. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you was the coach. I said, no, that don't matter. I still got to pay you. And it's like, I'll pay for coach. No, I'll pay for coach. And I was like, no, I'm good. Just take my card, and if you email me, and I'll send it directly to you. Make a long story short, it speaks to the love and affection of our fans. I had 3 different people willing to pay for my shoe shine. I was embarrassed. It was only $6, but I didn't have $6. I didn't have one. I didn't have any cash on me, and I couldn't get to an ATM. And so the UTSA faithful stepped up and paid for my shoes to get a shine from me.
But clearly wasn't
thank
that clearly wasn't that pair.
No, it wasn't this pair.
Was that at the airport, Frank?
It was at the airport.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
In Dallas.
Oh, in Dallas.
In Dallas,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Yeah, not in San Antonio.
DFW?
Yeah.
DFW.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So,
Thanks, Coach.
thank you guys.